everyone, welcome back to my channel. So for breakfast one, I made egg, spinach and avocado on Turkish bread. You will need some Turkish bread. You don't have to necessarily use Turkish bread, but for this recipe I am going to. You can alternatively use wholemeal bread, paleo bread, any bread or bun you would prefer. And also we're going to use 2 eggs and some avocado to spread on top of the Turkish bread. And then we're going to finish it off with some paprika, which I'm going to sprinkle on top of my breakfast afterwards. So to start off with, I toasted the Turkish bread just under the grill, and I put that on high. So then I just toasted that for about 2 minutes. So while that was under the grill, I made the egg. So I just put this in a microwavable cup. So it literally is so simple, and you just whack it into the microwave for like 30 seconds. It's super easy. So I did that for 2 of the eggs. And yeah, it's just an alternative to just frying or, you know, doing it on the stove. I then proceeded with spreading my Turkish bread with some avocado, just some smashed avo, which is delicious, and it's my favorite spread for toast or bread. It's just super healthy, super yummy. So yeah, I spread that all over my Turkish bread, as you can see. So the next thing I did was apply some spinach to my Turkish bread after I spread the avocado, and I didn't include it in when I was explaining the ingredients because I just realized I should add it after. And then I've got the egg and it slipped, so epic fail right there, but then the second time round it was okay. So the next thing I did was just sprinkle some paprika. It was a bit hard to get out at the start, but yeah, I got there in the end. So this is how my first breakfast turned out, and it's incredible, and I do recommend you try it. It is so nice, so quick and easy, and super healthy. So the second breakfast was scrambled eggs with kale and capsicum. This is probably one of my all-time favorite healthy breakfasts, super filling. And now let's go over the ingredients. So for this recipe I included 2 to 3 kale leaves, avocado, some capsicum just cut up, paprika, some minced garlic, but you can use, you know, just regular garlic that you cut up, sunflower oil because that was the only oil I had, and 2 eggs, bread of your choice and some milk of your choice. So I started off with just cutting the kale. As you can see, I struggled a bit with this knife, however I got there in the end. I just roughly chopped it. You don't need it to be completely fine. And then I went in with my minced garlic. So I took a teaspoon of this and just plopped it in there, and then I added some paprika. So I'm gonna massage this in with my hands just to bring that flavour alive. So next what I did is heat up my kale mixture. So I put the sunflower oil, just use a generous amount, and then I transferred the kale mixture into my fry pan along with the capsicum, and then literally just sauteed this on a medium heat. So while I let the kale cook on the stove, I did crack 2 eggs and then just added a splash of milk just to create a mixture for the omelette. And I just whisked the eggs and milk together to create the mixture, and I spread it all across my kale and capsicum. So the next thing I did was pop my bread in the toaster, then went on to spread my toast afterwards with some avocado. So I just stuck with the classic smashed avocado. So then I went ahead and sprinkled some pepper just to finish it off. So this is how my dish turned out. These scrambled eggs are probably the best I've ever tried, so I do recommend you trying this recipe out. So my final recipe is overnight oats with banana, muesli and coconut. This is perfect for, you know, making the night before breakfast when you're in a hurry for the next morning. The first thing you're going to need is some oats. These are just typical rolled oats, and you need half a cup along with some milk of your choice. I used almond milk and that was also half a cup. I also used a whole banana, which I smashed up actually to create a puree type consistency, and also I did use some sweetener. And then you'll need a muesli bar, which I crumbled on top of my overnight oats, and just to give some texture and crunch. And I also used shredded coconut. So the first thing I did was take my fork and just slice up this banana, and then I smashed it afterwards to create a puree like consistency. So that's what I used to put as the first layer of my overnight oats. The next thing I did was take my half cup of oats to create the second layer. So I created the next layer with some milk, some of the almond milk, and then I used my stevia sweetener and just put that in. I put 2 packets in. That just gives some extra sweetness. I know the banana is also sweet, but this just gives added sweetness to those who have a sweet tooth, just like me. And then I gave it a gradual mix. After I mixed the mixture, I broke up my muesli bar and put that over the top of my overnight oats, just to give some crunch when I go and tuck in the next morning. And then I added my desiccated coconut. You can use coconut flakes, whatever. And yeah, I tightened my lid and I placed this baby into my fridge to rest overnight and absorb all that milk. And yeah, this is how it turned out. It was absolutely incredibly delicious, and yeah, it's perfect for you when you're on the run in the morning. So with that being said, I hope you enjoyed my 3 breakfast ideas. These are perfect because they're so quick and easy and anyone can make them. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you next time. Bye!